Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Aurelia. I am so excited that you are here today. So for today's video, I am talking about the spring 2020 trends that I would not wear, and then maybe a few that I might. If you are returning, hello again. I am so happy to see you. If you are new here, the content that I provide is all around style and fashion for the plus size mature woman. I am a firm believer that life is way too short to live without style. I post 1 to 2 times a week, so if you enjoy my content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you don't miss anything here on my channel. I want to preface this video by saying a couple of things. First of all, these pics are simply my opinion and mine alone. If you want to participate in any of these trends, by all means do. It's just me kind of sharing my opinion on them and what I personally cannot see myself wearing. And so I don't want anyone to get offended or anyone to think that I am trying to establish some hard and fast rules around what to do. So I just want you to know that if you love any of these trends and are participating or want to participate and go out and buy yourself these trends, and if you generally disagree with me, that's okay. This is just me and my own personal thoughts on what I personally will not wear as far as trends go. And speaking of, as far as trends go, when you're developing a classic wardrobe, you try your very best not to fall into trends because you don't want to wear too many trends at once. But I do believe that incorporating a trend here and there into your wardrobe can actually refresh it and make it look more of the moment so that you don't look like you walked out of a vault. I just wanted to put those 2 disclaimers out before we got started. The first trend that I wanted to talk about is the short trend. For me, that is a hard no. And honestly, regardless of how old I am, it would be a hard no. And I say that for a reason, because a lot of people would say, oh, this is great for young people. No, to me, the shorts are just a little bit too revealing, regardless of age. I don't want to be walking in the mall and see somebody's butt cheek hanging out of their short. I'm just not about that. I don't know you well enough to see you in that way. I don't care to see you in that way. I don't care how old you are. I am not about that regardless of age. I just feel that it is inappropriate and it is not classy by any means of the word. Celebrity, maybe they could get away with that, I mean, celebrity is a completely different world and they live by completely different rules. And so they're fantasy. They're not reality. For us normals, wearing a short is just not classy. It is not classy. It is not ladylike. And that's my own personal style aesthetic. And so, like I said, a hard no on the shorts. I will say though, if you want to participate in the shorts trend, then maybe go for some Bermuda shorts. Those are also coming back into style. And I actually love this. I think that the Bermuda short is a great way to freshen up your wardrobe, bring it up to 2020, and you get to participate in that trend. Now, I always say, if you did a trend, don't do it again. This was a trend back in the 90s, but it is one that I think is worth revisiting in this decade. I love the idea, and I am actually entertaining the idea of getting myself some Bermuda shorts. I'm not a big shorts wearer because I don't like my knees, but Bermudas I might. I don't know. I've got to shop around and see what there is available and see how they look on me before I make a final decision on that, but I am entertaining getting myself a pair of Bermuda shorts because I do think that they are very cool looking. I think they're very cute, and if I could find some like in a leather, oh, that would just send me over the top. The next trend that I won't be wearing, are large collars. Now, I love me this whole 70s revival thing that we have going on in fashion right now. I think that that's awesome, and I love it because it reminds me of things that I loved when I was a little girl. I can't pull off a boho style, but I know quite a few women that can, and I love it, and I'm so jealous because it's like, man, I would love to be able to just go boho once or twice. It just doesn't look right on me. But I don't think that the 70s big collar is something that is wearable and looks good or would look good on a more mature woman. And the reason for that is because I feel like it would date me. You know, I feel like if I pulled that out, it would be like I'm pulling things out from my closet from back in the 70s. It would just look too costumey. It just looks like you raided Bob Brady's closet. No. And are pulling out the really crazy collars. So, yeah, for me, that's a no. The next trend that I would not wear is along the same lines as the short shorts, and that is lingerie. I wore my fair share of lingerie as, you know, going out clothes back in the day. I used to go and watch rock bands and stuff like that, you know, live local bands. I used to go and check them out live, and we would get really dolled up, and I would wear a corset, you know, and a blazer, never the corset by itself, always with a blazer or some sort of like a biker jacket or something like that, which I can still see that. That to me is doable. What I'm talking about more so in the lingerie trend is wearing bralettes or bras. I just don't like that look. I just don't think that showing that much midriff is just not very classy. It's a little bit like the short trend in that you're exposing way too much skin. You know, I just don't think that I really like that look. Lingerie in general out and about is not really, to me, classy, but there are ways of getting around it, you know, if you want to add that trend. Again, even with a corset, what I would recommend is just keeping everything very streamlined and very classic. My number 4 trend that I will not wear is one that I included in my generally overall 2020 trends video as well, and that is vests or waistcoats, depending on where you're from. I did the vest thing back in the 90s, I did, and I felt really pulled together when I would wear a really nice vest, but looking back at pictures and things like that, it's not the best cut for me. I don't think that it's a good cut for a plus size petite woman in general, because I think it tends to cut you down, especially if you're wearing a vest in a contrasting fabric. They're just too boxy and they're just too masculine. I don't mind the menswear look, but with vests and with me not having a defined waist, and if you're an apple shape like me, having a vest is just going to make you look really broad and short, and it's really going to bring attention to your middle section. So coming from that perspective, I would say no to the vest. Now, if you have a small waist, if you're like an hourglass, maybe a vest will work for you. But for us apple-shaped gals, you know, it's just not good. Even though I felt really pulled together back then, I look back and it just wasn't a good look for me then, and it's not a good look for me now. So yeah, vests are a no for me. My number 5 trend that I will not be participating in is the tropical print trend. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my. It was all over the Versace runways. Donatella came out head to toe tropical print. She's like this skinny, you know, and that might look okay on her, but for us plus size gals, I think wearing a full on tropical print is just, that's a whole lot of jungle coming at somebody, you know what I mean? So I can't even see myself wearing the tropical print in a spot like a top or a skirt or something like that. Now, I may decide that I like the trend at some point, you know, and I will be eating my words, but as it stands right now, today, I do not think that that is a good look. It's really pretty to look at, you know, and it's great for housewares, you know, for a pillow, a cover, you know, for your bed, or, you know, some sort of, you know, textile that you put in your home. But on the body, it just doesn't work for me. I think that being plus size and having a big tropical print and also being petite is just going to be way, way, way too overwhelming. It's just going to really truncate you, especially if you are like me, petite, plus size, apple shape. It's just going to be too much, too much. So I know this is 5 trends to avoid, but I am going to throw in a bonus trend. Is it a bonus trend? I'm not sure. But I am going to throw in a 6th one. And it is one that has persisted. And I don't understand why. I do not understand why neons are a thing. They are still here. They are going strong, I think. But hopefully they will stop. I just don't like neons that much. I do have one neon piece in my wardrobe. It is a cami that I usually wear underneath this top, and I love the way it looks. It reminds me of lemonade. I don't ask me why. It just reminds me of lemonade. But that is the only neon piece that I own. I really, really wish that neon would go away. It is a very, very hard color for people to wear. It is also really, really hard to wear in an article of clothing. So if you've got like a neon blazer, or you've got like a neon pair of pants or skirt, or whatever the case may be, really, really tough to pull off. In small doses maybe, like my cami. That's mostly covered, and all you'll see is like this part of it. Everything else though, I think it's just it's a touch much, in my opinion, and not something that I'm ever going to wear on the regular. Yeah, so neon is my bonus trend that I will not be wearing still. Maybe it'll go away soon. I hope. I have got a couple of other videos for you here in case you're interested. I have got something that is my most recent, and I also have something that has been picked out specifically for you. Thank you as always for watching. I truly appreciate it. Remember to live your life filled with confidence, grace, and style. I will see you in my next upload. Bye.